right.
Okay.
All right, Henry, what's your favorite memory of Nana?
Going to the beach.
What did you and Nana do?
Dig.
Henry and Nana digging at the beach. I will say that was also one of my favorite memories of Nana. It was a lot of fun to just be me and Henry and Uncle Wade and Mary Beth and Nana. We had a lot of fun. And it was fun to eat a whole bunch of shrimp, and Nana told us lots of stories, and we got to spend some time with Uncle Wade. We haven't spent much time with him. So that was a lot of fun.
So when was that?
When was that? I think that was 3 years ago.
It was right after Mom and Dad went on their mission.
That's right.
Maybe a couple months later.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
It was fun.
Good. Okay. Great. Who goes next?
I can go. So for my memory with Nana, I will think back all the way to there was a summer, and maybe you guys can tell me how old I was, because I don't remember how old I was. But I went up and stayed in Kentucky for like 2 weeks, I think, with Nana, and I stayed at Nana's house, and I stayed with Aunt Gary Beth, and Nana drove me and Nan to someone's house. They lived far away. They were somewhat like someone, I don't know. They were somehow related. I can't remember who it was. But I remember on the drive down, Nana asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up. And Nana and I had a very lengthy conversation with Nana about how I was going to be a nutritionist. I think I was quite young, but I would still wanted to be a nutritionist because I liked food a lot. And Nan wanted to be a singer, and we talked about the practicalities of that. And Nana gave us lots of good advice, and she took us out to eat. And I think even that during that trip, I got to go to the big mall in Nashville with Nana. Maybe it wasn't that trip, but it was another time I stayed with Nana for a while. And it might have been that trip. And we got to go to the Rainforest Cafe and like see all the, like, I just remember being very awed by like all the animals, animatronics and stuff like that. And I thought Andrea was on that trip with me, but when I talked about it with her a little while ago, she was like, no, I wasn't there. So she never went to the Rainforest Cafe, but Nana took me. And I remember many Christmas mornings waking up at Nana's house or going there to surprise her on Christmas Day, and many Kentucky Christmases and many summer days, and many beach trips also. So there's a lot of my childhood is wrapped up with going to and coming from Nana's house. So, but I definitely remember that car ride with just me, Nana, and Nan, and talking about what we were going to be when we grew up. So she found it very funny that I wanted to be a nutritionist. So and that's one of my good memories.
Cool. Thanks.
So yeah, I have lots of memories of Nana, especially since I got married. I think I've gone down to Panama City Beach 8 or 9 times since I got married. So that's probably more than anybody else, I bet. But yeah, I have a lot of good memories of being at Panama City and spending time with Nana. And I guess about 3 years ago, I went and visited Nana at Kentucky, and we got to go to her church with her. It was right after the Charlottesville protests and things that happened, and her preacher gave an amazing sermon, and like I was like crying by the end of it. It was so good. And but I remember that really well, just really enjoying going to church with her and meeting people with my kids was a lot of fun. And going to the Fredonia Festival with the kids and Nana. So I guess, would that have been like 2017, I think? So that was a lot of fun. And I'm glad that we were able to go to Panama City Beach the final summer that Nana decided to go. That was nice to be there with her. And of course, tons and tons of memories from childhood. I remember just Nana would always go out of her way to make sure we had the best time. So it was something that we always looked forward to. I remember going to the Edaville Mall, the water park, getting ice cream at Licks, the little movie theater in town, getting barbecue, all of her friends bringing treats for when we would visit, and just being able to watch unlimited TV and swim every day. It was basically just like heaven on earth every time we got to go. And she was definitely the best grandmother ever. So, wouldn't you agree, Eric? So those
So
are some.
basically, it's like us coming to your house now.
Yes, I had a good example. So those are some of my memories. And I do also remember she's always loved Eric. And she thinks he's good looking. All right, that's it for me.
Okay, Sahar.
So my best memory of Nana is when we visit her in Kentucky. So Lynn, you want to talk first? Okay, you go first.
What do you want?
You can eat with your mouth full. Okay. Can I go first? Okay. Come on. Everyone's waiting.
We went to Kentucky and I played
With Nana.
with Nana.
Yes. And with all her awesome toys. Mm-hmm. Can I go now? Do you have more to talk about? Okay, go.
We ate with Grandma and slept with Grandma.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I play with special toys.
Yes. Okay. Can I go now? Take a turn? Okay. So
I still have more.
go. You have to speak faster. You only have 5 minutes.
I've been having fun.
At Nana's.
And I had lots of fun. And I did lots of play.
Yes.
And
You love Nana, don't you?
yeah, and we had some days we had to go.
Do you want to say happy birthday to her? It's her birthday. Say it. Say happy birthday, Nana.
Happy birthday, Nana.
Good. Okay, my best memory of Nana is having early morning conversations with her when we visit her in Kentucky. It's so sweet and free form conversation. She's I think a master communicator. Really, like I have rarely seen anybody to be like so good at active listening, something that term that I learned about recently. That means that like she listens to you and then she reads through the lines and tells you what you really wanted to say. I really appreciate that, and I always felt that she was genuinely interested in me as a person. Like every time I talk to her, I really enjoy talking to Nana. And I wanted to say to her happy birthday. And honestly, I think I'm sure she's been a great teacher, but I think she could also be a great therapist, seriously. Like I've talked to Nana about things that I haven't talked to my own grandparents. I was too young when they passed away, so I really, really appreciate her conversations with her.
Thanks.
Lovely.
Okay, Libby, do you have something?
Well, I remember when I don't know exactly who it was that was born, but somebody was born and Nana came to help, and she did that quite frequently. And it was her anniversary with Pops. It was the end of June, so so she came, and I remember sitting around the table. I think it was at a house that we lived in on Clearwater Drive. And I think there, was it June that her anniversary was? But in fact, is it June 30th?
Yeah, June 30th,
Tomorrow. Her anniversary is tomorrow, and
Tuesday.
or Tuesday, that's right. And
My anniversary is tomorrow.
yes, it is Greg's anniversary tomorrow.
We're not talking about me though.
But anyway, I kind of realized it was their anniversary, and I said, "Oh, it's your anniversary today, and here you are helping feed the children and do all these things." And she said, "Well, that's okay." And I remember she gave the children a bath every night, and so I don't think I did that. And so she improved our hygiene, and some things I've enjoyed. We both enjoy music, and we both enjoy the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. And I remember finding a recording they did of her favorite song, which is, I think the name of it is The Holy City. And it was a lot of fun to listen to that recording with her, because that's her favorite song. And also talking on the phone with her every week. Like Sahar says, she's a master communicator, and we always have a lot of fun talking, and she always wants to know what my week's been like. And so it's just a great thing to be able to talk with her. And then at the end, she always says, "I love you." And I always say, "I love you back." So happy birthday, Nana. We love you.
Okay, I'll share a couple of things. So one of the things that I remember most throughout my childhood and living in Kentucky was Sunday mornings. And Sunday morning was when the whole family was together, and we would always have a big, big breakfast. And so Nana would cook like a big plate of eggs, and almost like, 2 cans of biscuits and milk gravy, and lots of bacon. So, and we would all sit around until it was all eaten up and talk. And that was a really nice time to be gathered together every Saturday morning, because we didn't start church till about 11. So we had plenty of time to eat and enjoy being with one another. And then the other are the trips to Florida. There was one trip to Florida that Pops wasn't able to go, but Nana kind of planned it, and she took us down there herself, which was, not really common for, to take off on over a 500-mile trip with a bunch of kids in the car and driving down there. But we actually found the hotel we stayed at was the one that we ended up coming back to every other time we went down there until they switched over to Moonspinner. It was called, I think it was Beachcomber. And we just had a really great time. And I've got pictures from that trip of when she took us down, and, just seeing, we were kind of at that, I was probably about between 10 and 12, something like that. And then, of course, Joe and Gary Beth were younger. But, she's always done whatever needed to be done so that we could be provided for. And, every activity we were involved in, whether it was at school or swimming or whatever, she was always there to get us there and to make sure that we got to have experiences we wanted to have. And so that was a really great part of my childhood to grow up and to have those advantages. And then, just being able to have you as our family and kind of an extension, and to see, how education, which has always been important to Nana, has carried on through our family, and the importance of education and of being knowledgeable about things. And I think that, Pops valued education, but Mom really pushed education and made sure that we had every opportunity for education. So anyway, this is the 89th birthday, so we'll visit her we'll be there, but I'll show this. 90th birthday, everybody better plan a trip to Kentucky about this time next year. So, all right, thanks everybody for being on.
Happy
Anything
birthday,
else?
Anna.